The Presence of God by Annetta Pinto. Then he said to him, "If your presence does not go with us, do not bring us up from here." Exodus chapter 33, verse 15. In Exodus chapter 33, God commanded Moses to take the children of Israel and leave Sinai, after they had camped there for a few months. While they were there, they built a golden calf and grieved God, while Moses went up on the mountain to get the 10 Commandments. So the Lord plagued the people because of what they did with the calf which Aaron made. Exodus chapter 32, verse 35. God told Moses that an angel would go before them and lead the people to the promised land. The angel would drive out the inhabitants from before them. God did not plan to go with them because of the hardness of heart of the people. He did not want to risk taking out the people in his anger because of their likelihood to rebel against him. He instructed Moses to tell the people to take off their ornaments because of their disobedience, and he would consider what to do with them. They wept as they removed their ornaments at Mount Horeb. Moses pitched the tent outside the camp, a distance away from the people, and called it the Tabernacle of Meeting. Anyone who wanted to seek the Lord could go to the tabernacle outside of the camp. Whenever Moses went into the tabernacle, everyone stood at the door of their tent and watched him until he went in. Whenever he went in, a pillar of cloud descended and stood over the door of the tabernacle as the Lord talked with Moses. All the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the tabernacle door, and all the people rose and worshipped, each man in his tent door. Exodus chapter 33, verse 10. The Lord spoke to Moses face to face, as a man spoke to his friend. He would then return to the camp, but Joshua, his servant, remained in the tabernacle. Moses spoke to God about his instructions to lead the people into Canaan. He told him that he wanted to know who would go with him as he led the people. He pleaded with God that if he had found favor in his sight, that he would show him his way and consider the nation was his own people. And he said, "My presence will go with you, and I will give you rest." Exodus chapter 33, verse 14. Moses told God he did not want to leave Sinai without his presence. How else would Moses know that the people had found grace and favor in the sight of God if he did not go with them? His presence would separate them from all the people on the earth. God reassured Moses that he would honor his request because he had found favor in his sight, and God knew his name. God promised to allow his goodness to pass before Moses, and he would declare his name before him. Moses could not see the face of God because no one could see his face and live. He allowed Moses to stand on the rock, and his hand would cover him as he passed by. God would then take away his hand so that Moses would see his back. So intimate was Moses' relationship with God that he spoke to him face to face and even allowed him to see his glory. The glory of God is revealed to those who seek him and spend time in his presence. Knowing God comes through worship, prayer, and communion with him. Our prayers should be a dialogue where we spend time praying and pouring our hearts out to God. We also need to set aside time to listen and hear what God has to say. God is always speaking, but we need to practice listening and remain still long enough to hear Him speak. There is nothing like the presence of God. Nothing so pure, holy, enlightening, refreshing, and all-encompassing. We cannot spend time in the presence of God and come away the same. How do you cultivate an atmosphere where you can communicate with God and hear His voice? Can you consider those times when you have felt the tangible presence of God? What are some things or situations that cause you to drift away from God? Are you willing to eliminate those things that take you away from the presence of God?